It's a nice spring day here in Florida, and I am working on the side garden. And I always have trouble because we have weird weather, we'll have lots of rain, then we'll have drought. And it's hard for me to manage all that on my own. So this year, I am going to try some smaller containers and a wicking system. And I need to clean out this side yard, which you'll see what a mess it is because I didn't do anything over here last year. I know my face is red. I get red when I'm outside, but it's a beautiful day. So I am looking for containers. I'm looking for 5-gallon buckets. I'm looking for bigger pots that I can use for a wicking system, and I'll give you some links to what I've learned about them. And I am going to make a wicking system in disguise out of what is a raised bed on top of a pallet. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but when you come in our side and our swing, I want you to see something visually pretty, but then off to the side will probably be my buckets that I'm gonna grow food in. But I wanna use these small little wicking systems to try to grow some flowers. And the cool thing about it is I would be able to remove them if we have bad weather coming, or if we're gonna have long periods of rain, which sometimes we have, like tropical storms, and it won't kill them all. So come along with me as I try to create these small areas and try to make these wicking systems out of different materials. And then I've got some material down by the garage I want to show you that my husband brought me for an idea of a raised bed sort of idea, but I want to try to do the wicking system in that too. So let me give you a tour of our side yard, what a mess that it is, and what I'm trying to clean up today. So here's my swing. So when you come behind the swing, this faces the road. This is the side yard. And nobody really sees this except for my husband when he drives in, and he doesn't like to look at a mess, and I understand that. So I'm creating an area right here where I can work with some pots. And then this used to be some flowers. It's just a mess right now. So I'm gonna clean all that up. I'm gonna get rid of the wood pieces and cut back. I try to make a covering so you don't see the road too much from the backyard. And then I had a butterfly garden, which is still kind of halfway, but we got a lot of weeds in here we got to take care of. So this is what I started to do back here. I took a pallet. You'll see the pallet down there. And then I covered it with a plastic covering. And then I put the raised bed piece on top. So it's elevated so that I don't have to get down on the ground. Then what I'm gonna do is, in another video, I showed you how to use these 2.5-gallon containers to start some seeds and small space gardening. But what I'm gonna do is, the idea is I'm gonna line them up in here like this and do another row. And I'm gonna do individual small wicking systems and do flowers like zinnias and different things in here so that it's pretty when you look from the backyard in here. I have a cute sign. We'll do some cute things here. Now I do have a mess over here I've got to take care of, but then this gets a lot of sun on this wall, and I can't do anything about these bricks stacked up. I just have to deal with that. And I don't want to hurt my back, so I'm going to use the height, which is perfect for me. So I've got a 5-gallon bucket I'm going to work with. And then I also have this big bucket, way bigger than the 5-gallon, and I'm going to use as a wicking system. So we'll do that together when I'm ready, but I'm going to use these and fill this with some stuff in there, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that wicking system. So this is going to be on the side. This gets a lot of sun, and I'm going to try to do tomatoes and probably bell pepper over here. Now I had this piece of raised bed, so I put it here, and I'll probably try to do cucumbers, something over here in buckets as well. and then just try to make it look nice around it, because honestly, buckets aren't pretty. But I want to grow food, so there's a give and take situation. All this we've got to clean up because of the building the deck, and then I set this up to work with some pots, so I can have some small containers over here and work with before I move them out into other places of the yard. So that's a quick look of what I'm doing today out in the garden on this beautiful spring day. I hope that you're trying to grow something yourself, and remember, just growing one thing can make a big change in your family and taking control of your food and where it comes from.